Update, Corona Samizdat. I think we're going to the next level. We're going to the next level. Lauren Fairbanks' book, Prison Mars, is going to be out on Thursday. I don't know when I can mail it because my computer's down, and I've got a postal app, or not app, I don't know, a fucking program, I think, is what's on there. And so I thought I'd start introducing you to Lauren Fairbanks. She's a female. That's a good start, huh? Well, she came to the attention of Stephen Moore when he worked with Dalkey Archive. And she had something, a work that I don't know anything about called Muzzle Thyself. Maybe Zach Tanner will be reading those soon, because he ordered everything by Lauren Fairbanks. I haven't gotten to that point yet, because, well, you know, I got all this Gaza shit to read, and news to keep track of, and film to finish. Maybe we'll have an excerpt for you soon, or maybe even a trailer. Depends on the personal life of the director. If things go well, could be quick. But so I've got praise for Lauren Fairbanks, starting with Muzzle Thyself. That might have been, well, let's see what Kathy Acker says about it. What a strange mixture of literariness and originality. Fairbanks magically meshes the rhythms and textures of American poetry with her own feminine, feminist, and very angry voice and music. Can you imagine Kathy Acker talking about someone else's anger? Must be pretty fucking pissed. Sounds good so far. The Library Journal, and we don't know who they are. I mean, the mysterious Library Journal. They were so nice to me in the 90s, and they've ignored me ever since. I think I maybe the Eddie Vegas novel was sent to them. And who knows what librarian said, nix, or too long, or whatever they do. But for Muzzle Thyself, Library Journal said, Fairbanks is a unique, fresh, feminist voice employing an aggressive use of language with puns and word plays, quote, flatten all Latin, splitting airs. Get it? Airs. Her word-slinging style reminds one of the early Gregory Corso. The overall effect can be stunning, creating a mood, a vibrant visual image. Fairbanks displays courageous talent. Now, this is where I've got to say, fuck off. And then it finishes with recommended for contemporary poetry collections. That's where I got to say fuck on. But I hate when people talk about courage. Believe it or not, I, Rick Harsh, weasel of weasels, wimp of wimps, rarely, I mean, I never got arrested in my life. Came close about 15 times during my drinking years, but cops in Slovenia, they're just too damn nice, except for that one guy, but that's a different story. But when people, because I wrote differently at the Iowa Writers Workshop, and people talked about bravery, courage, etc., and I was thinking, like, I came out of a taxi cab, straight out of a taxi cab to go to the Iowa Writers Workshop. I was paid. I had to teach 3 classes a year for 2 years. It was very easy to do. And I had all the time in the world to write the novel I was there to write. And I had so much time that I finished it. James Allen McPherson gave it the imprimatur, but he said, I think the beginning needs a little, and what he had in mind for the beginning was brilliant. And I followed his advice, and it really worked. It meant everything to the completion of that novel. That's the appearance of Death to a Hindu Woman. And I think James Allen McPherson has died, but what a great man he was in all ways. And but when I wrote all that stuff, and I'm assuming the same for Lauren Fairbanks, I was sitting at my apartment with a big green typewriter, Hermes, and just happily writing whatever the fuck I wanted. And courage? I guess I would have to say, well, what's wrong with the rest of you that you think that's courage? There was no courage involved at all. But let's get back to Lauren Fairbanks. The book that caught Stephen Moore's attention and was published in 1993 by Dalkey Archive was called Sister Carrie. And you may think Theodore Dreiser wrote that, but I think Lauren Fairbanks wrote it once, and then everybody said, that's courageous. And she said, fuck you, I'll show you courage. And then she wrote what Lance Olson, author of Circus of the Mind in Motion, said was, welcome to the future of American fiction. Sister Carrie reads as if Dreiser said, I love you, but didn't mean it. Went to bed with Donald Barthelme and William Burroughs and named the result Lauren Fairbanks. That's some twisted shit, Lance, but it's for a blurb, it's good. Okay, Brooke Horvath of Cimarron Review wrote, imagine Fairbanks' Sister Carrie as a novel based on the life of Kathy Acker. This is getting pretty intimate here. As written by Thomas Pynchon and Monique Wittig. It's pun-happy, snide-aside, streetwise, typography-fascinated, can't say it all fast enough or funny enough, breathlessness reminds me most of old Bull Lee Burroughs, hard at work cutting up the bars of the prison house of language and fashioning them into booby-trapped works of art. So we've got repetitions of William Burroughs and Kathy Acker. Next page. Oh, got to turn the thing. Okay, Publishers Weekly. That's spelled with one E. Publishers Weekly. Fairbanks struts her stuff through this satiricon of self-revelation in a world gone cynical. Cynical world. This is an exhilarating debut by an enormously gifted writer. Library Journal is back. Fairbanks excels in spewing out rapid-fire imagery, wrenching irony, bizarre juxtapositions, and clever wordplay. I mean, come on, Lauren, just settle down. Okay, the next one is from Ellen G. Friedman, co-editor of Breaking the Sequence, Women's Experimental Fiction. Experimental. We'll never sell it. Lauren Fairbanks' novel is a breathless romp with a postmodern Carrie Meeber, one that Dreiser would not recognize. Fairbanks' prose is fast-talking, her images hit and run, and her plot an intense race to the last page. Okay? And then we got Marta Deke, Minneapolis City Pages. The language, a dizzy, out-of-control rhetoric which, like the runaway heroine, rebels against the rules of syntax and meaning. Sister Carrie is a rickety, wild ride into the 21st century. Now, I may be making fun of parts of these, but I'm just really pleased, thrilled, impressed, and so on. But is she saying that, what's her name? Carrie Meeber, the runaway heroine, that she's breaking, she's out of control, rebelling against the rules of syntax and meaning? Does she mean that the character is doing that? I don't know. I don't care. Let's go to another page. Or wait, we've been on that page. Okay, we're going to this. Where is the next page? There were so many of them. Sister Carrie, this is the Voice Literary Supplement. Lit Hits, our 25 favorite books of 1993. Why am I not on there? My first publication was 1997, The Driftless Zone. Sister Carrie is a postmodern, sweet-smelling, verbal miasma of a woman and her words. That's a little bit getting a little bit intimate. They're referring to Lauren Fairbanks's sweet smell. Verbal miasma of a woman and her words. Fairbanks conducts her English like the raunchy, mellifluous orchestra it is. That's my favorite line so far. Fairbanks has given her language a high-octane lube job. Getting better. Her readers will find nothing to hold on to except the constant promise of verbal landmines, slamming through sham notions of traditional story by grasping the dissonant word truth of today. Collage at its shocking best, polyphony in priceless polyester, Cerberus with all three mouths screaming out a single tale. I like that. That's really good. They should have said who wrote it. Oh, here comes the author of Darkenville's Cat, the asshole Alexander Theroux, who won't let anybody read his book for under 700 euros. But he says there is a Jacobean force of extravagant language and dark wit that drives every paragraph. Feeble, Al. Okay, Paul West, author of Love's Mansion, says Lauren Fairbanks is an elegant motor mouth, babbling gold. That's good. Her surrealistic ingenuity, her slash and burn gift for satire, her tact with catastrophe. That's interesting. Her tact with catastrophe. She has street smarts galore, but metaphysical smarts too, verging on Theresian prudence. Okay, Paul, you're smarter than I am, but, I love that. An elegant motor mouth babbling gold. Next, Mark America, with a K, Philadelphia Inquirer. Fairbanks' sentences are densely packed verbal samples that read like a strange marriage between the dreck-filled collages of Donald Barthelme and the subversive sensibilities of Kathy Acker. Okay. Larry McCaffrey, editor of Avant Pop, Fiction for a Daydream Nation. Lauren Fairbanks' sister Carrie is the nerviest and verviest, the funniest, savviest, and most original rites of passage work since Kathy Acker's Blood and Guts in high school over a decade ago. Kathy Acker again. Okay, here's one that I think Mr. Moore would like. A wickedly funny, this is from Booklist, a wickedly funny, volatile, surreal roller coaster involving sex, the street, and sharp social satire, rivaling the novels of William S. Burroughs and outshining Mark Lehner. See, Stephen Moore really likes Mark Lehner, and I don't know if he'd really want him outshone, but, at least he's mentioned. Sister Carrie reads at hip, hyperkinetic speed, energetic and tight. This is a book of the future. Let's see, the next page is the cover of her next novel, which was Superpowers, and I'll see if I can get it, here's how it looks to me. There we go. Fairbanks' own superpower is her prose style, snappy, witty, offbeat, impudent, slacker, laconic, aphoristic, irreverent, zany, bookish, and occasionally bizarre. If three or more of these adjectives appeal to you, you're sure to enjoy this off-road exploration of the nature of beauty, motherhood, and love. That's Stephen Moore, author of the novel and alternative history. I guess, I don't know who published this, but I think that's part of the story of how we ended up with this book, because I think she had a hard time getting this published or something along those lines, and when she finally did, I think it had been 9 years comes to mind, and I would like to read Stephen Moore's words on the book We're Prison Mars, because we got a really nice Stephen Moore quote, but let's see if it's in downloads. Okay. Prison Mars. Okay. Let's see. It's working on it. Formatted plus. Okay. Here it is. Yeah, I found it. Unbelievable. This is what Stephen Moore says about the book we're publishing, which, to finish what I was saying before, I think she had such a hard time with publishing her next novel, Superpowers, that Stephen Moore just suggested she try us, and um, and here we go. I read the first few pages, and it was just, it was just one. I was busy, and I thought, okay, this came in. This is fucking great. Stephen Moore recommended her, and what a privilege. And so I started reading it, and it was like, wow, this is a blast. And then I said, okay, I'm going to enjoy this the way that every publisher should. I'm going to have it printed, and then I'm going to read it. So I'll be reading it. Hopefully no, I can read it. I just can't mail it unless my computer people come through. That's the server, the people I pay to provide the service, and they just aren't providing it. I lost 3 weeks in August, and I did my best to cover it up. But now it's going to be at least a week. And so, while I'm not sending it to you, although I might be, if lucky, I will be reading it myself. And here's, this is actually going to be in the book, maybe not outside the book, because there's really good cover art on this, and why ruin it with words? So you open it, and you get this from Stephen Moore. Prepare yourself for the rant of a lifetime, the octogenarian narrator warns early in this hilariously bizarre novel, a psycho bitch mother's confession wrapped in a sci-fi eco-fiction package. As Earth undergoes environmental cleansing, the nameless narrator reviews her toxic relationship with her 2 daughters in 3 Molly Bloomish monologues that are by turns funny and disgusting. Stephen Moore found it disgusting. I need to, I'm always trying to, I don't send Stephen Moore everything I've written. I know he's liked some and not liked some, but I'm going to just go through everything that I haven't sent him. And I'm going to find one and underline the disgusting parts and say, what? Try this one. Concentrate on the underlined. Anyway, shall we start again? Prepare yourself for the rant of a lifetime, the octogenarian narrator warns early in this hilariously bizarre novel, a psycho bitch mother's confession wrapped in a sci-fi eco-fiction package. As Earth undergoes environmental cleansing, the nameless narrator reviews her toxic relationship with her 2 daughters in 3 Molly Bloomish monologues that are by turns funny and disgusting. The daughters get their own section, as does a future minion of the Mars subterfuge. What could that mean? The language brings the fun in. Mommy Dearest sounds off like a wisecracking dame in a noir film, breezy, abrupt, insouciant, with hints of the late styles of Beckett and Brossard. What a combination. Maybe notes of Gertrude Stein, Celine's Machine Gun Blast, some Sorrentino, a fave of the narrators, and Burroughs. The result is a sardonic novel that suggests environmental improvements will never be protection enough against the flawed humans who inhabit the planet. Right up my alley thematically. I think that's do we have other changes coming and other things to talk about? But let's just make this a Lauren Fairbanks thing. And I will show you the cover. Here's what it's going to look like. Can you see it? Can you see it? This is the front, and this is the spine, and this is the back. Oh, there is some writing on the back. Oh, I didn't know that. I guess I forgot. But I love the cover. I think it was because it lacked nipples. It was she, if it's a she, lacked nipples. It was taken down from one post that I made with who are the demons of the internet? Instagram. Yeah. They took it down from Instagram because I had the temerity to post a painting of a nippleless woman. Is she an androgyne or is it gyne? I don't know. But this is really exciting, and it's also coming. I could maybe show you what it's coming out with, but I'd have to go to the office or the bedroom, whichever you like to think of it as, where the real conceptions are made. Yeah, I have 19 children, none of them from Utah. But no, I in there I have one copy left of A Pastoral, and I'm picking up more copies of A Pastoral by the most famous New Brunswickian of any kind, except maybe in ice hockey. What is his name? Lee D. Thompson. That's going to be back, and we have Iris Broussard coming up next, and then we have a hiatus, and then a big project that I'll be talking about soon, and so Lauren Fairbanks, everybody, and you heard it. Hopefully not first here, but you heard it here, right? You were listening? All right, 21 minutes of just Lauren Fairbanks. Bye-bye.